Hello, everyone, and welcome to your daily reading for Tuesday, August 14th, 2018. Thank you so much for joining me today, and please forgive me for not being able to post a video yesterday. I wasn't feeling very well. I guess I had a bit too much caffeine in my tea or something, and it just really tanked my energy for pretty much all of Monday. But we are back with the readings, so let's get started. Again, this is your reading for Tuesday, August 14th, and if you'd like to learn more about Maiden Circle and the other kind of stuff that I do, check out the links in the description. They are there for you, and if you want to keep seeing these videos and get notifications, click the like and subscribe buttons below and that tiny little bell so that we can let you know. So let's get started. I'm going to ask for the overall energy of this day. What is the overall energy for Tuesday, August 14th, 2018? You have visions of life beyond death. So this card brings a message from somewhere beyond where you are now, and it's likely that someone who may have recently passed or someone who you knew and passed like a long time ago, someone is trying to reach out to you from the other side, from whatever afterlife you may believe in, if you believe in one, and I certainly do. Sometimes people come back and they have messages for us, and they have truths for us to learn, and there is a truth for you to learn today. There is knowledge for you coming with the owl. So look out for any messages, look out for anything that makes you remember or think about someone who may be on another plane, who may have passed away, because they are reaching out to you today. They're trying to get a message to you and tell you something. They're trying to touch you and inspire your mind. So keep your mind open and your heart open, and just look for little things. It could be something as simple as a smell, a smell that reminds you of the person that you lost, or a dream about them, or someone says a phrase that only that person has ever said for as long as you've known, and then someone says it. This is the message being brought to you. This is their way of communicating to you from somewhere else. So let's see what your aspirational energy is for this day, and maybe it will help guide us to learn a little bit more about what this message is, or who is bringing it to you. You have the Three of Pentacles. So the message of this card is for you to work hard. Work hard on something that obviously matters to you, and something that you, seeing the outcome of whatever it is that you're working on is going to bring you some sort of fulfillment and some sort of connection to whatever this message is. It could be someone you knew who worked really hard in your life, and they're bringing you this message of either you're working as hard as you need to, or you're pushing yourself too hard, depending on what your challenges are for the day. Excuse me if I sound a little bit low energy. I'm still kind of overcoming the issue with yesterday. But with this card, we've got hard work. We've got a message of, I want to say creation. I want to say your life on the like physical plane, the work that you're doing with your hands. If this person, the person who might be sending you a message, or person's worked with their hands a lot, you might want to try to connect with them through some sort of activity like clay working or painting or anything that they used to do, sewing, but really focus on on creating, you know, with your hands, creating actively with your body and with your heart, actively making something today. So let's see what's challenging you on the physical level. This is your projects, your body, your health, your work, how you deal with those things, how you experience these challenges. So what's challenging you? You have the Hermit. You might be feeling a little disconnected today. You might even enjoy that. You might want to separate yourself and take some solace. But since this is in your challenge position, you're not really experiencing it and experiencing being alone the way that you want to. You might be spending your time alone doing things that numb you and disconnect you and separate you from your emotions and separate you from your life. You might be pulling away from friends and pulling away from family, but someone is trying to reach out to you. Someone is trying to reach out to you, and you're not really allowing yourself to hear that. You're closing yourself off. You might need to learn more about either this person in your past or just about how to connect with this spiritual side of yourself so that you're able to be open to these messages. But I'm getting that right now you're not really allowing them to come in. You're not wanting to really do the work of whatever this physical activity is. You're not really feeling like going for it today. You're just kind of keeping to yourself. You're very withdrawn, not really wanting to do any work, and that includes spiritual work. You're just not really feeling it today. So let's see how you can overcome this. You have the Chariot, and you have the Queen of Wands. I think you need to become aware of a transition within yourself and let go of whatever fear it is you might be holding on to about your own strength and your own power. You need to work towards developing more confidence in your abilities, especially if you are the spiritual kind of person. There is a message coming for you, and for you to be able to open up to that, you really need to really get your hands dirty. I don't mean actually, you don't actually have to go outside and get in the dirt, but you could do that. But read books, learn about your craft, learn about the spirit world and the gates we pass through to connect with one another, to connect with other souls. Be wary of anyone in your life who is at a point where they're also going through transition. Particularly anyone that's ill or elderly or suffering in some way. There is a change coming. There is a transference of some sort. And I am thinking that it is coming from someone who's already passed, and they are trying to bring this message across to you. And it is your job to try to cross that bridge, to help them, bring them through, and open yourself up to that message. Today, really try to get in touch with your own spiritual power. Whether, like, meditate, like actively meditate, actively do some sort of ritual maybe that will allow you to open up your mind and open up that third eye so that you can receive these messages. Because there is, like I said, a transition happening. There's a change happening. Um, and I think it has to do with the afterlife. So open yourself up to that and keep an eye on your loved ones, of course. But I'm not getting like a negative sense from this. I'm not getting like something bad's going to happen. That's not what I'm getting. It's more of you needing to reconnect to your own spiritual power so that you're able to cross this divide, so that you're able to go through the veil, as some of us might call it, and speak to whoever it is that's there that's trying to get something to you. So let's see what might be holding that back. What is challenging you on the spiritual level? What is your actual spiritual challenge, or mental or emotional? You have the Four of Coins. I'm getting that you're feeling trapped. This card is saying that you are, whereas in a lot of situations, this card is about feeling secure and maybe even a little bit greedy and selfish. You're actually more in the place where you're feeling stuck. Like, your life is not exactly what you'd hoped it would be. And today that's kind of weighing on you. You're very much lost in the thought of what you hoped your life would be and what you thought it was going to be, or even just some sort of expectation that you had in the past and it's not there anymore. There are signs that that's not what it's going to be, and you're feeling down about it. You might even be feeling like you're not being true to yourself. You're not being authentic to who you really are. And you might not know who that is. You might not be able to see who that is, because when you look at yourself, you see someone entirely different. You might be aware that you've established a stable life physically, but internally you're kind of confused. There's almost this bizarre sense of you're almost someone you never thought you were going to be. You might even feel like you're in a completely different world than you were as a child. Like, that's how drastic your life is from what you expected it to be or thought it was going to be. And today that's, like I said, weighing on you. It's something that you're really focusing on and really trying to reflect on. So let's see how you can overcome this. I'm also getting that you're kind of worried that while you have created a stable life, that it could go just like that. Like, it's flimsy for you. Even though by all accounts it seems really stable. It seems like you're on the right path and you're developing something that is going to aid you many years into the future. You still have this sense of constant change, and with constant change you have this fear of loss of all of your stability, of all the things that you have created in your life that are good for you. So you have the Seven of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, and the bottom of the deck, and it kind of wanted to come out, it's the Star. So with these cards, your job here is to open yourself up to possibility, to remind yourself again and again that life is changing always and that we are in control of our destinies. You are in control of your destiny. And instead of thinking of your path, because like I said, you are feeling like your life isn't what you expected it to be. Instead of thinking just of the path that you've been expecting, and another, when you veer off that line, you imagine yourself on an entirely different path. Instead of even seeing it as these straight lines, try to open your eyes up to the idea that it's more like branches and possibilities, and that these paths or branches or possibilities or whatever metaphor you prefer, they intersect, they come apart, and they come together all throughout life, and these changes are laid out in front of you. And it's really what you want to make of it. Okay? Especially if you were expecting to share or show something to someone. Like, a lot of us go after goals because someone tells us we can't do it. And maybe someone told you at some point that you can't do something that you wanted to do, and you're realizing it's not really true to your heart anymore, but you're holding yourself back because, you were like, I'm gonna do this, I will freaking do this, and you don't want to try to backtrack. But instead of thinking of it as backtracking, think of it as just changing the future. Think of it as altering your path so that you can find something you may not have ever expected. What grounds can you lay today to build the foundation for a happier you, a healthier you? And instead of focusing on what you expect to do in the future, try to spend more time thinking about who you want to be for your life. Who do you want to be, and what kind of person do you want to be? And that's going to determine the work that you do and the paths that you take. And whatever those paths are, again, let yourself be open to change. Let yourself be open to knowing that whatever route you take is the right route, even if that brings you change. And like I said, you are at a point of transition, and you are at a point of needing to come into your own power and your own strength, because that's going to guide you so that you can take those steps. But before you can get there, you have to accept that some things will change. You have to accept that not everything is going to go the way you imagined it or turn out exactly as you tried to make it turn out. So let's see what your end of day energy is. How are we going to close out this Tuesday? What is your energy for the end of this day? And I just want to say thank you for everyone who has joined me for this video, who joins in. And I just want to say thank you for everyone who watches these readings, and I do hope that they are offering some assistance out there and some guidance and helping people. And I also want to say thank you, of course, to our higher selves and the beings out there that are also guiding us and allowing us to communicate and create these energy fields so that we can find answers and help each other. You have the Page of Swords. And you have the Three of Swords. Whatever these messages that are coming to you today, they are for your benefit, but they're still probably a little bit scary to you. And especially if you're thinking about someone that you lost, it's probably going to be an emotional thing for you. It's going to be hard for you. You might cry, you might have a surge of sadness when you think of this person. And you are going to be kind of in thought today. Like I said with the Hermit, you're very withdrawn today. And by the end of this day, you're going to have experienced these emotional changes and these feelings about the person that you may have lost, and you're going to be thinking about them a lot and thinking about your own life and the changes that have happened. But you're also going to be allowing yourself, if you're able to open up your mind in this way, you'll be allowing yourself to start anew. You'll be allowing yourself to release these old pains that have been kind of holding you down, to release the pain of that loss. Obviously, we never entirely get over it, but something about it may have been holding you back. And today is a day for you to do a lot of personal work, a lot of spiritual work. So you might spend the evening reading or watching home videos of this person, or reading their last text messages or something like that, and really thinking about your own life and about their life and about the changes that you've gone through and that are yet to come. So there might be a little bit of sadness, a little bit of heartache for you to deal with. But ultimately, it is going to lead you to making a change, especially if you're able to open your mind up and let yourself be more flexible with the way you want things to go, and understanding that you're going through a transition and it is time for you to reconnect to your own inner power and your own inner strength, your own confidence in yourself. Spiritually, allow yourself to be open. Allow yourself to feel these feelings, because this is, you're starting to lay the groundwork for a spiritual awakening of sorts, for some sort of strong spiritual guidance. Reconnect to your magic. Reconnect to your spirit, so that whatever these messages are that are coming for you from beyond, that someone's trying to get through to you, that they can do that. Reconnect with yourself and open yourself up so that they can connect with you, so that you can hear these messages and gather this new knowledge that's being offered to you. Okay, that is your reading for Tuesday, August 14th, 2018. Thank you 1,000 times for joining me, and remember always that I love you. Bye.